Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for the 2021 virtual Findlay Race for the Cure. We are so happy to be together, even if it is virtual. I am Chrys Peterson, the honorary chair of the race, and although I wish we could be running together this morning, I want everyone to know how much we love you and appreciate you being here and being part of this very important mission.
And I'm Melissa Andrews, evening anchor with WTOL 11. You know, it was a really tough decision to move to this virtual format once again this year. The case numbers are up, and the decision was made after a lot of thought and discussion with our sponsors there in Findlay, as well as our friends there. We really want to ensure safety for everyone as these challenging times kind of continue. So while we're not together this morning, our focus does remain on you, on our survivors, and on saving lives in this fight against breast cancer, which remains, Chrys, as important as ever.
And we know it's important to everybody who's with us this morning, Melissa, because through our actions this week, we have come together as one community for one mission, and that is to end breast cancer. So we thank you for your continual support of that mission, for your fundraising, for your engagement, for your efforts that are truly making an impact in the work of Susan G. Komen here in Northwest Ohio. So your stories and your participation are really what make this day so special for all of us. I know Melissa and I come away inspired every single year by what you bring to the table on this day, and this year is no exception in that department. So please share why you walk in the comments below, and we want to thank you for being part of this One Walk community.
And of course, this race and all of the fundraising that we do for Susan G. Komen Northwest Ohio is not possible without all of our wonderful national sponsors. So we're going to run through some of those right now with a big thank you. Walgreens and Bank of America, as well as our local partners. Presenting sponsors, Marathon and Blanchard Valley Health System, as well as Diamond sponsor, WTOL. Silver sponsors, City Apparel, Cooper Tire, Dave's Running, Freudenberg NOIC, Kate and Tom Donnell, McNaughton McKay, Merck, Ohio Logistics, Romark, Findlay Radio Stations, and Whirlpool. Also our bronze sponsors, Ball Corporation, Charles Construction, The Courier, City of Findlay, GKN Driveline, Hempy Water, National Beef, Tall Timbers, National Lime and Stone. And we don't want to forget about our crystal sponsors. We are so thankful for your help as well. Berry Bagels, Meyer, ProMedica, Time Warp Mobile DJ, Visit Hancock, Findlay Hancock County Convention Bureau. Chrys?
It really does take a village, doesn't it, Melissa, to pull this all off every year in Findlay. We know what a close-knit community this is, and we know how important these women and men are to you and how inspired you are by them every year, including our In Celebration and In Memory honorees. Again, we wish we could introduce you to them and to their families in person this year, but it's just not possible. So we want to share a little bit about them virtually. Our In Celebration honoree is Kim Peplinski. She heard the words, "You have breast cancer," in February of 2020, and thus began her journey that included chemotherapy and a mastectomy. But with the support of her husband, Dave, and many family and friends, Kim has served as an inspiration to those around her with her incredible attitude, determination, and her compassion for others.
Also, Chrys, we'd like to celebrate our In Memory honoree, Susan Wagner. Susan, everyone says, was just kind and humble and very generous. She was loved by so many people. She was diagnosed with breast cancer in 2014 and succumbed to the disease in June of 2021. She was 62 years old, a beloved aunt to her 18 nieces and nephews, and a favorite teacher to her first grade students at Corey Rawson Elementary. Susan's husband, David, describes her also as a wonderful lady who was really a gift from God. She made a difference in this world, and her kindness will never be forgotten. And that is why we are celebrating Susan as our In Memory nominee this year.
And our hearts go out this morning, certainly to David and to all the family members of people who have lost their battle with breast cancer, especially over the past year. We've had a lot of friends that were with us a year or two ago who are no longer with us. And we just know that their family and friends continue this fight because it is a legacy that they want to win. And so we want to recognize all of the family members, all of the friends who have lost people because of this disease. If there is someone you are remembering today, please feel free to honor that person's memory by putting their name and even a picture in our Facebook group page. We would love to see them and to be able to honor them and share their stories with the rest of our group through Northwest Ohio Komen. Remember, the race is all about the power of one. Each of us has a very important role to play. That power of one can have such tremendous action, the power every one of us can have as an individual, the power we have as one community to come together and make a difference and show support and feel that love together over one particular mission. It's about racing and walking for our mothers, our sisters, our daughters, our friends, and our coworkers, and it makes all the difference in the world to us getting just that much closer to a world without breast cancer. I know we're going to make it.
And Chrys, I know there are so many ways that we support our friends and family members who have breast cancer. Maybe you're a chemo buddy and you like to go sit and hold hands with a person who's going through chemo, or maybe you make them a care package or meals. You're always able to make your own impact. It could be at home, it could be online, it could be in your friend group or your community. So we really need to still make 2021 count, because it's not just about physically being together. We can do that, and we're gonna do that again next year. It's about understanding the impact we all have when we commit to giving one more dollar, sharing one more story, making one more new friend, or taking one more step.
All right, Melissa, are you ready to head out on your walk?
I am. I've got my shoes on. I've got my pink on. I see you've got your boa on. So nothing's really too different from every year, Chrys.
That's right. Absolutely. We're going to do this the best we can, guys, and we're going to keep our fingers crossed for next year. But before we head out on our walks, we want to hear a few words from our presenting sponsors, our Findlay Race Chair, as well as Komen CEO Paula Schneider. Stay with us for these meaningful comments just before you go out on your walk. And remember, we are keeping our fingers crossed for a great event next year together. But in the meantime, the power of one starts with you.
Hello everyone, I'm Nick Batanyan, Wellness Program Manager at Marathon Petroleum. MPC is honored to once again serve as a presenting sponsor for the Susan G. Komen Findlay Race for the Cure. We proudly have done so for the past 8 years since the event began in Findlay. Our partnership with Susan G. Komen is one way Marathon works to ensure that this community and the surrounding areas remain focused on good health and making a difference. The funds raised through this event are directed to saving lives through research, direct service, education outreach, and advocacy. While we wish we could be together this morning, we are grateful that so many of our friends and neighbors are running and walking today in their neighborhoods. Thank you for joining us and for making a difference for women and men battling breast cancer. Take care and be well.
Hello, I'm Amy Mills, Director of Oncology Services for Blanchard Valley Health System. We're pleased to be a presenting sponsor of the Susan G. Komen 2021 Findlay Virtual Race for the Cure. Our partnership over many years has been strong while we work to ensure that women battling breast cancer get the care they need. Our health system has been delivering breast health and oncology services throughout our community for many years with the mission of caring for a lifetime. We're happy to work with Susan G. Komen in the shared goal of saving lives in the fight against breast cancer. Thank you for joining us this morning and enjoy your walk today.
Hi, I'm Emily Wolfe, your 2021 Findlay Race for the Cure Committee Chair. While I wish we were together in person celebrating today, I'm so very thankful for all of you who have joined us. I hope you're enjoying your walk with your friends, family, and survivors. I started volunteering for Susan G. Komen in 2017 as a sign of support for my mother-in-law, Lori, who had just finished her treatment for breast cancer. In 2021, I didn't know I would need those services too. In February, I was diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer. I have gone through chemo, a double mastectomy, and am awaiting the start of my radiation. I am surviving and thriving thanks to the support of my family, friends, and community. What do men and women around me who do not have access to patient navigation, financial means, a great medical staff, and have support of family and friends? I am so very proud to donate my time and support to Susan G. Komen. They continue to help those thrivers in our community with patient navigation, a support system, mammogramming, financial assistance, and so many other things. Thank you for being part of the Race for the Cure of the Findlay. You too have been a part of all of these wonderful missions, and you have made this race a great success. I'm very thankful for your support and look forward to seeing you in the future in person. I am Emily, and I am Komen.
I'm Paula Schneider. I'm the CEO of Susan G. Komen. Not only am I a breast cancer survivor and a mother of 2 adult girls, but I lost my mom to metastatic breast cancer. And I have to say how grateful and honored I am to be here today. The work this one community does inspires me every single day. You're the reason we continue to get one step closer to realizing our vision of a world without breast cancer. Now, I'm excited to hear more from each of our panelists who represent in their own way the 4 pillars of our one mission.
My name is Donald McDonald, and I'm a breast cancer researcher. I'm walking today and working every day in the lab to make the hope of a world without breast cancer a reality. In my lab, my colleagues and I are focusing on why some breast cancers come back or recur and why they spread to other parts of the body. But when they do, we want to find cures for these cancers. Thanks to the work of Komen in funding through events like today, we are able to give those living with metastatic breast cancer the hope of new discoveries that will result in new, more effective treatments that will be available when they need it.
Hi, I'm Fianny Jackson, and I work at Susan G. Komen as a breast cancer patient navigator. It is my job to help navigate people through the complicated healthcare system and to make sure that they have all the support that they need to stay in the continuum of their care. I walk for all the women and men I serve and help every day to make sense of their disease and to make sure that they get the care they need throughout their personal breast cancer journey.
My name is Roxana Guerra, and I'm living with metastatic breast cancer. And I walk for myself, my son. He was 6 years old when I was first diagnosed. And he's been my strength and my motivation to be fighting every single day.
My name is Nicole DeSurette, and I'm a Komen advocate and ambassador. I walk to educate lawmakers and legislators about issues that impact cancer care. I want to make sure that our one voice is heard loud and clear.
It's hard to deny the impact we're having based on what everyone has had to share so far. And yeah, we often talk a lot about the numbers, such as how many research projects and clinical trials that your fundraising makes possible, or the number of resources we have available to people facing breast cancer today, or how many pieces of legislation we've been able to push across the finish line and see become law. And all of that is true and very important. But what I want our racers and walkers to realize today is that Komen is able to ensure that no one faces breast cancer alone. You have continued to walk every year. You and the Komen community have fundraised and donated upwards of $3 billion since our founding nearly 4 decades ago. So when you're out there rallying with your community today, I want you to think about the incredible impact each and every one of you have made for our families, the mothers, the sisters, the best friends, and the men who have been touched by breast cancer. Remember that you, as one person, are contributing to the one community that is going to save lives today and for years to come. One more step walked means a difference. One more story shared creates impact. One more dollar raised truly counts.